What's up, everyone? It's Lucas back with another Pokemon tier list video. In the last one, I ranked every single Kanto Gen 1 Pokemon and all their variants, different forms, Mega Evolutions and such. Today, I'm back with the same one, Generation 2 this time now, but same rules apply. I'm only going to be ranking one unknown, though, because it's kind of pointless. Again, I'm not going to be ranking the different genders of Pokemon. I'll just rank one for each gender. Um, Shout out Crazy Bone 1000. I'm assuming that's who made this, and I'm pretty sure they've made one for every single generation. So we'll keep these going, um, but a little bit less Pokemon than Gen 1 here, luckily. So um, let's go ahead and get to it. So first we got Chikorita. Chikorita is going to start out in C tier. I don't love Chikorita. Chikorita's okay, but I don't love it. Next we got Bayleaf. I actually really like Bayleaf. I think it's definitely the best of its line. So Bayleaf is going to be A tier for now. And then Meganium is similar to Chikorita. I think a little worse than Chikorita. I just think, again, middle stage kind of has middle stage syndrome, but in this case, the middle stage syndrome just looks the best by far, in my opinion. But like, it's just weird. The middle stage is so awkward. But in this case, awkward and being different than your normal um, evolution line, the first and last stage is a good thing because these aren't very good. Cyndaquil is cute. In some of the 3D sprites where Cyndaquil didn't have its fire, it was kind of bad, but we're going off of it having the fire. I think Cyndaquil is a B tier. Um, Maybe in a starters tier list, it's lower than B tier, but in terms of all Pokemon, it's pretty good. Quilava I like more than Cyndaquil. I think Quilava is pretty good. I think definitely the best of its line, and I think um, Typhlosion is actually going to be the bottom. I think they're all B tier. Maybe they'll move up and down. Maybe Quilava will end up in A, and Typhlosion will end up in C. But for now, I think they're all about the same tier. I mean, very similar. I mean, almost no significant changes between the three of these. Really, I mean, they're basically all the same Pokemon, except one they get progressively bigger. But I think Quilava is the one where the characteristics fit it the best. Totodile. Totodile's okay. I think it's probably the best first stage, but Croconaw is definitely the worst second stage. Croconaw, it's kind of cute, but I don't know. I've never liked Croconaw, and for Alligator is better than Meganium, but it's still not great. Um, but yeah, I mean, pretty much, we just average starters. I mean, Bayleaf is the best of any of the forms, and it's an A tier, and Croconaw's the worst, and it's an D tier. The other two are average. B slightly above average. C is about average. So, you know. Next we have um Sentret. Sentret for like like the Rattata clones, like just a first route, normal type Pokemon, physical attacker type deal. It's definitely at the lower end for me. Sentret never really got it done for me, so I'm gonna go bottom of C tier for now. And Furret is a little bit better, but still about the same tier. I think Furret is better than Meganium, but I don't think it's quite better than Feraligatr. Hoot Hoot, I really like Hoot Hoot. Um, Enough to where I think it's gonna be B tier. I like Hoot Hoot a lot. I think it was interesting that, you know, they like it was like one of the first Pokemon that the nighttime daytime thing. Historically Hoot Hoot always out at night. It's an owl, and I just like Hoot Hoot. And I think Noctowl is cool too. It gets some interesting moves. Noctowl. I'm pretty sure psychic moves or something they can get quite a few of. Noctowl not as good as Hoot Hoot, but definitely top. I like it better than Chikorita. Ladybug. I accidentally have both of these. We'll rank one with longer horns. Why not? Pretty sure the one with the longer horns is the female. I may be wrong though. Ladybug. Actually, that doesn't look right. I want a shorter horns. Like the one I've seen more. Ladybug. It the crazy thing about Ladybug is the thing it has going for it most in terms of me liking it is the Pixelmon voice acting for it. Is just ridiculous. Uh, and it's so funny, and they're all over the place in Pixelmon, so you always hear that constantly annoying Ladybug, Ladybug. It's so funny. For that alone, it actually makes me like it more because this is my personal tier list. But I think I'm actually gonna put it um above Sentret. Ledian, Ledian is just bad. I mean, like, look at it. Its head is weird to me. It looks like it's wearing a helmet. It's like a not valuable bug type at all. It's trash. Spinarak and Ariados are much better. Spinarak, in my opinion, I think is cute. I like spider Pokemon. Ariados is super cool. Um, Not the strongest Pokemon, but I think I like Ariados more than I like Totodile for sure. Crobat. Ooh, it's pushing that S tier. For now, I think it's gonna be A tier above Bayleaf. I loved Crobat. Always loved Crobat. I mean, Friendship Evolution. Um, the first Pokemon to gain an evolution in terms of the Dex. Of course, we have Stelix onto Onyx and stuff, and Scizor onto Scyther, and of course, Eevee gaining the evolution. But, Crobat, in terms of the Dex, the first Pokemon to gain an evolution, and I really like it. Chinchou, I don't like at all. D tier, close to F. Lantern, a little bit better, but not great. Pichu's gonna be A tier. I love Pichu. I think Pichu is way cuter than Pikachu. Pichu is hilarious because it's so trash in like Smash Bros. Um, and it's got some cool like storyline things. Spiky eared Pichu, Pikachu colored Pichu, and I really like it. I've always liked Pichu. I think Pichu is much better as a pre-evolution to Pikachu than Raichu is as an evolution. Um, Really, I think Raichu shouldn't exist, and Pichu should be the pre-evolution, and Pikachu should be the evolution, maybe with a Thunderstone, and Pikachu's stats should be way better. I mean, because Pikachu, for being the mascot, isn't really viable in games where like if you're playing on set mode, you can't use a Pikachu because set mode is essentially hard mode, and Pikachu is just bad. Cleffa, again, another baby Pokemon that I definitely like it more. I like it more than Clefable, but I don't think it was necessary. Um, because it's not much better than Clefable, and I don't think Clefairy is already kind of like small. I get it's baby Pokemon. I don't know. Well, it's better than Sentret. Igglybuff is trash. It's better than Chinchou, but it's really bad. I don't like Igglybuff. A baby Pokemon, you have this a lot where it's like a baby Pokemon. Oftentimes, they aren't great. Their Pokemon's evolution, the basic Pokemon's evolution, isn't great, and it's kind of like, did we really need both of them? Like for Igglybuff and Wigglytuff, did we really need both of them? Like, what was the point? Same with Cleffa and Clefairy. Pichu is really good, and I just am hard to think we just didn't need Raichu. But the same case can be made for someone who likes Raichu or doesn't like Pichu. It's like, do we really need both? Togepi is, I'm pretty sure, the only baby Pokemon in Gen 2 only baby Pokemon in Gen 2 that doesn't have a Gen 1 um, evolution. Togepi's cool. Cool in the anime. Metronome is a cool move, gets Serene Grace, which always makes it fun to play with. I think Togepi is better than Cyndaquil, but I don't think it's better than Totodile. Togetic, I don't love. It's gonna be like C tier. Togekiss is a lot better, but Togetic is definitely a middle stage syndrome. I mean, the hardest middle stage syndrome you can come by, in my opinion, in terms of bridging the gap. I know that Togekiss isn't even in Generation 2. Togekiss, I'm pretty sure, isn't even in until Gen 4. Yeah, Gen 4, but it's weird because it looks like it was the last one created. Natu, I really like Natu and Zatu. Um, I think Natu maybe no, I think Natu is gonna be C tier and Zatu is gonna be B tier. I think Zatu is above Cyndaquil for me. I don't know. I just think it's cool. It's like, I don't know. I just like the look of it. It's interesting for a flying type. Um, it's also a psychic type, which is interesting. And it's, if you raise it correctly and you use the right moves, it can be pretty useful in Gold and Silver. Mareep is cool, but nothing crazy. Um, it's definitely cute. I'll put it in above Spinarak, below Noctowl. Laffy, I don't like. I don't like the pink. I don't really get it. Like if it was pink and then Ampharos was a different color, or if Ampharos was also pink, maybe like this is like, since it's so young, it's just a different color. But then it goes back to like yellow, and it's like the skin changes and it loses its fur. It's a weird like evolution line, but whatever. I just don't love Flaffy. It's definitely not D tier. I don't know why I said it there. I think it's better than Sentret. Ampharos is definitely my favorite. It's a slow electric type, which really is the first slow electric type, like dedicated. Like it is not gonna outspeed much, and I like it. I think it's better than Hoot Hoot. Mega Ampharos, it basically just adds hair, which is kind of cool. Definitely not the best Mega. I like Mega Ampharos more than I like Chikorita. Sunflora. No, not Sunflora. Blossom. Sunflora is this one. Blossom. Sorry. Blossom I really like. I like Blossom um a lot more than I like Vileplume, but I don't think Gloom should evolve into it. I think Oddish, you should be able to use a stone on Oddish to get Blossom, or you level it up to go from Gloom to Vileplume. Or then once you get Gloom, you have to use the Leaf Stone to get Vileplume. I don't think going from Gloom to Blossom makes any sense because it loses all of its features that make it look like Blossom. But Oddish still kind of looks like Blossom because like the face looks like Blossom. But Blossom for me is definitely B tier. I like Blossom more than I like Hoot Hoot and Ampharos, I think. Meryl, special place in my heart because one of the people that got me into Pokemon back when I was little watching YouTube was Maryland. He played Pokemon Diamond when it first came out in like 2006, 7 on YouTube, and I watched those on my mom's laptop like spiritually. Every time a new episode came out, I'd watch. I would go back and watch over and over again. I mean, it's been so long, but I can remember just getting home from school and wanting to watch more of his Let's Play. And then eventually I got Pokemon Diamond and basically had the same team as him because I thought all his Pokemon were so cool. It took me freaking, no joke, hours to find a freaking Cranidos fossil so I could get Rampardos. Um, but yeah, I think Meryl is probably a C tier. Yeah, C tier, and Azumarill is D tier. I don't like Azumarill at all. Um, I don't know. I don't think it brings enough to the table as an evolution. And then don't even getting started on Azurill. Azurill, I mean, I don't know. I honestly, it's another one of those cases. Azurill and Azumarill were both not necessary. It's like a baby Pokemon curse. Either the baby Pokemon or the basic stages evolution. You didn't need both of them. Sudowoodo is freaking awesome. I love how they added it in a mechanic in the game where it's like it's a tree that oh, I gotta move this tree. Nope, it's a freaking Pokemon. A tier. Love Sudowoodo. Actually, I'll go B tier. That was a little ambitious because I think I like it more than all these, less than all these. Politoed. Politoed definitely a much better evolution than like Poliwrath or because those Pokemon aren't great. Politoed is probably not. Yeah, it's gonna get a B tier because I like it more than Typhlosion. Hoppip is pretty bad. I like Sentret more than Hoppip. Skiploom is even worse. Jumpluff is not bad. I like the 3 cotton spores. Kind of creates like a triangle. I don't mind it much at all. I think it's better than Meryl. Apom. I love Apom. Apom is gonna be A tier. Apom is super cool. Really cool to use because it's like a normal type attacker. It gets cool abilities. Later on when it gets Ambipom, it evolves with a move, which was it was a part of the first wave of Pokemon to do that. So yeah, really cool. Sunkern. I mean, whoa. In terms of what it is as a Pokemon, it's an F tier, and I think I'm just gonna leave it an F tier because it is so bad. It's got to be D tier because it is literally the worst Pokemon ever, and it's notorious for that. And I think by doing that, I'm gonna move Skiploom and Igglybuff down to F tier because I hate both of them, and they're definitely the worst out of D tier now. So Sunkern, it should be F tier, but because it is so bad, it's garnered like this reputation, like it is literally the worst Pokemon. So it's kind of like memorable in that case, which moves it up a little bit. Sunflora is a little bit better. This is one of the good evolutions of Gen 2. Like this makes sense. It's a seed or a kern or a kernel, whatever. I don't know. Sunkern, like sunflower seed kernel, and then it's a sunflower, and I like it, and I think it's better than Togetic. I think Flaffy's better than Togetic. I think all these Togetic is low key D tier. Yanma, A tier. Yanma's super cool. Uh, it's starting the pattern of Pokemon that evolve in Gen 4 when they get an added evolution, and another Pokemon down the list will be added to that. Hint, hint. And I really, really like all of them. I think they are great. Basically all of them got really good evolutions in Gen 4. Ambipom probably the worst of the evolutions because it's not. I don't think it was. I think Apom is cooler than Ambipom, but it got evolution. So Wooper is gonna be A tier. Meme potential. Cute. No arms, but can learn punching moves. Um, really freaking cool. Quagsire also cool. Not as cool. Water Ground nice type. Gets rid of one of water type's weaknesses and electric. I don't think it's better than Hoot though. Espeon. So now the normie, like, fanboy, loved Pokemon since I was little, wants to put me to put one. I want to put both Umbreon and Espeon into S tier, but instead they're gonna both go into A tier. Um, and they are pretty. I have. This has been my biggest struggle my whole life. I've been able to pick from like the sets of evolutions pretty good. Like first stage evolutions, I like Vaporeon the most, Jolteon the second, Leer on the third. Then when they added Leafeon and Glaceon, I liked Leafeon the most, Glaceon the second most, and then Sylveon was a standalone. But these two right here, I have never been able to decide which one I like more. It goes back and forth all the time because I love Psychic types, so I love Espeon. But Umbreon is just super cool design. But Espeon is a little more viable for the way I play the Pokemon games, and it's still a really cool design. But Umbreon's shiny is blue and black, and it's so cool. But Espeon's shiny is just bright neon green, and it's nuts. So yeah, they're basically tied. They're both so amazing, both great evolutions. I'm glad that they were the first two evolutions that ended up being a part of the game because it's a great way to step off of an already interesting Pokemon that evolves into three different things. Now five different things, and it started really good. Leafeon and Glaceon, maybe a little bit worse, still cool, and then Sylveon, pretty cool because it was a part of the introduction of Fairy type. Murkrow, another Pokemon that was a single stage. It got evolution in Gen 4. Um, Murkrow, though, I don't like as much. I like that it's as a top hat. It's definitely B tier. Honchkrow, I think, is probably going to be pretty high in my Gen 4 tier list, which will be coming out eventually. Next, we have Slowking. Slowking, an evolution added to Slowpoke, obviously. I don't like it that much, but I don't dislike it, so it's got to be C tier. I think it's better than, but it's not better than Noctowl. Misdreavus, another one of those Pokemon. Got an evolution in Gen 4. It's crazy how Gen 2 did a lot of those. Misdreavus is super cool. I like it more than Hoot. Mismagius is really cool Pokemon as well. Unknown. Unknown is cool, and it's not a good Pokemon, but it's cool. It's like mysterious. Its name is literally Unknown. It's always like the ruins of Alph, and then you got the Salacion ruins. Like it's always a part of some type of like kind of mysterious place. There's always a dedicated place to catch it. You catch all the letters in Pokemon. I think maybe it's only Platinum, or maybe it's just all of Gen 4. And that Tunnel Maniac like digs those ruins through all of the freaking mountain, and it gives you like a shortcut to move across the region on foot. I don't know. I think it's better than Lantern, and it's better than Meganium, but it's not better than Fur. I don't. Actually, better than Ladybug. There we go. Wobbuffet. This one has the lipstick. This is one of the ones where it's like the lipstick one is so much cooler. Like it's just funny. It's like, why does this Pokemon have lipstick on? So I think this is one of the only ones where I think I would rank these differently, but just based off of Wobbuffet as a whole, um, Wobbuffet is pretty cool. Very like interesting, like kind of cliche, like weird learn set, but it's actually very powerful. Banned in a lot of competitive tournaments. And I think it's pretty good. Also super prominent in the anime because Team Rocket has a Wobbuffet. Um, excuse me if the mic was having some interference there. I had to adjust my headset. Girafarig is super freaking cool. Probably should have been one of the Pokemon to get an evolution in Gen 4 because a Girafarig evolution could be so many. You could go take it so many different directions. It's a palindrome. Is that the word? When it's forwards and backwards. The palindrome, and it's got like heads on both sides because forwards and backwards. Yeah, it's super cool. Pineco is trash. It's literally a pine cone. Fortress is super cool because it's like I don't know, it just is. I don't like it as much as Murkrow. I lied. Dunsparce is really just average. Like it probably should have got an evolution too. Um, I don't know. I like it more than Lantern. Gligar. Gligar is going to be our first S tier. Gligar is awesome, and I've considered maybe reordering this a little bit, but no. Gligar is currently the only S tier. It's by far my favorite out of what we've seen so far. Gligar is awesome. One of my favorite Pokemon. Gliscor is a cool evolution that it gets later on. So there's that to look forward to because I kind of got to also rank this based off of Soul Silver and Heart Gold because those are Gen 2 games and these are Gen 2 Pokemon. Um, so yeah, Gligar, my first S tier, one of my favorite Pokemon. I love it. Stelix. It's not D tier. It's D tier in terms of it's a horrible Onyx evolution. Like they could have done something so much cooler with Onyx. Um, but it's okay. Mega Stelix is kind of cool. Nah, I'd say it's a little bit better than Mega Ampharos. Maybe. Actually, no. Mega Ampharos is better. Snubble. Don't like Snubble much at all. I like it better than Flappy. Granbull, I really just don't like. I don't something about it. Like I know it's like a bulldog, but it's got like it's a little too human for a bulldog. Like Snubble is like it's clearly like an animal. Like this thing now it's like not only is it standing on two legs like Snubble, but now it's got like long arms with like elbows and it's I don't know. It's a little weird to me. Quillfish, again, another Pokemon, probably could use an evolution. I don't know. I like Quillfish, but not enough to say it's above average. I think it's better than Mega Steelix. Scizor, gonna be our second S tier. Scizor is badass. Scizor is cool. Same base stat total as Scyther, so it's interesting. When you evolve it, it kind of just changes what type of Pokemon it is rather than make it a better Pokemon. But adding the Steel type makes it better. Mega Scizor is cool. Not the best Mega, but I think it's cool enough to get B bottom of B tier. Shuckle, S tier. Shuckle is awesome. I mean, literally, special defense and defense are like in the 200s. I think maybe it's both like 215. You know what? Let's look this up. Look this up. Shuckle base stats. 230. My bad. Look at how abysmal the rest of it's a stat total of 505 with 2 in the 230s. It's literally insane. It can get sturdy, which is insane. Um, it's a really, really interesting Pokemon. It can learn a move, I believe it's called Power Trick. So what Power Trick does is it switches the user's attack and defense. So, if you're following along, that means if you use Power Trick, you're probably gonna go second, but if you're in a double battle, use Trick Room. So now Shuckle's the fastest Pokemon, absolutely the fastest Pokemon on the ground, right? So let's say you use Trick Room with your other Pokemon. You use Power Trick with Shuckle. So now in one turn, you've made Shuckle go from 5 speed and 10 attack to it's still 5 speed, but it's basically max speed because it goes from being the slowest Pokemon to the fastest possible when Trick Room's activated, and from 10 attack to 230. So you basically have an insane I think it's physical, right? Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so stupid. An insane physical sweeper because you have a 230 attack. Now, its moves aren't great. I mean, rollout really could be crazy. Bug bite for the bug move. I'm pretty sure you can give this thing X scissor through TM or oh wait, this is here you can do. You can get skitter smack. I mean, 71 and steel roller. Like, it's not great in terms of the learn set, other than rollout and bug bite, and maybe rock slide if you're willing to take that bad accuracy. And same with stone edge. But dude, if you can really craft something around this Pokemon, it is a truck, dude. It is so interesting the way its stats are formed. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Shuckle. Its shiny is amazing too. Heracross, another S tier. Heracross, Fighting Bug was an awesome type. It is horrible against flying types, and it literally just gets destroyed by flying types. But Fighting Bug is an interesting type. It's cool. I mean, cool in the anime. It's Heracross is just super awesome. Definitely an S tier in my opinion. Um, Mega Heracross, however, is probably gonna be F tier. It's just so bad. Let me get a better image. That one's not great for you guys. Mega Heracross. I mean, dude, what is this? Is that like someone's like fan art? Because oh my gosh, that's so much better. But no, this is what Mega Heracross looks like, and it's so bad. It is so bad. So yeah, it's gonna be the top of F tier. It's not as bad as like Skiploom and Igglybuff, but Sneasel, another Pokemon that got an evolution. Sneasel's A tier. I could split them with it, but I don't like Sneasel better than them. Um, Sneasel's really cool though, and followed by Teddiursa, which is so cute. It's the first Pokemon you catch in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which is one of my favorite Pokemon games. Definitely my favorite spin-off Pokemon game. And Teddiursa is better than not Zatu. Ursaring, kind of just a bear. Teddiursa is cute, so it has the cute factor. Ursaring has like the badass factor a little. Better than Stelix. It's better than Feraligatr. Better than Mega Stelix. Better than Quillfish. Actually, I think it goes right there. Slugma balls. Slugma, the center of so many great, like D's Nuts style jokes. It's a slug made out of magma. Slugma. It's definitely B tier or above average. Macargo, however, other than the fact that it immediately stomps the 1 billion lions versus every Pokemon thing because it's the temperature of the sun, it's not great. I think it's better than Granbull for sure, which I could move. I'm going to move Granbull down. No, I'll keep Granbull in C tier because it's not that bad. And I'm sorry if you hear this train outside of my house that's losing its mind, but I'll just have to talk a little louder, I suppose. Swinub is pretty bad. C tier, but it's below C tier. Kilo Swine is very similar. I think it's a little bit better just because the bumps, it's like why, but it's kind of cool. Um, maybe not. It's better than. Okay, I think Swinub and Piloswine are both better than Clefairy, and we'll split them with Lantern. I'll stick with that. Corsola. Corsola is not that bad actually. It's kind of weak, and it doesn't have an evolution. But Corsola's kind of cute, I guess. It's kind of interesting. Um, now that I look, there's so many of these that cannot be over. Better than Lantern. No, it's worse than Lantern, but it's better than Swinub, I think. Now, Corsola, this one is the Galarian Corsola that evolves into Cursola, which, oh my gosh, dude, great, great evolution. They looked at Corsola, they're like, dude, this thing's kind of weak, it needs evolution. So let's just give it a Galarian form and then throw an evolution on the Galarian form. Cursola, Corsola, it's super cool. Just I know this isn't the evolution, but because this thing is better as like an idea, like as a concept, it's definitely going to be B tier for me, and I think it's better than Slugma. Remoraid, I don't like Remoraid. Um, Remoraid's going to be D tier. Octillery, on the other hand, is going to be B tier. I love Octillery. Um, Octazooka is one of the most interesting, like, kind of over, like, I guess, like, overshadowed signature moves. Delibird is interesting, but it's really bad, and I don't love it. And its tail, its bag is its tail, which makes me so uncomfortable. So it's gonna be it's D tier. It's not that bad. Pineco is definitely gonna be F tier. It's just a pine cone. I've never understood it. Mantine, ugh, better than Hoppip, but it's not better than Sentret. Skarmory. Skarmory is one of those Pokemon that you always think is a Generation 3 Pokemon, and then you're like, oh yeah, it's Gen 2. Uh, Skarmory is pretty cool. I think it's better than Xatu. It's just a steel bird. It's interesting. It was Corviknighting before Corviknight. Houndour is like a perfect mix of like kind of badass, but it's also kind of cute because it's like little and it's got still like a baby face. So I'm gonna put it at like B tier, like probably pretty high B tier, honestly. Um, it's better than Girafarig. It's better than Quagsire, and I think Quagsire needs to move down a little bit. Quagsire needs to move down a lot a bit, actually. I think I like all of those better than Quagsire. Houndoom, though. Houndoom is freaking awesome. It's the best type of Pokemon to be like badass. Like it's fire dark type. It's got like these sweet horns. It's this long tail with like pointy at the end. It's got like cuffs around its feet. It's got like its its spine is like on the outside. It's got like a freaking skull chain. This thing is like emo as shit. And I think it's probably A tier, and it's probably better than Yanma, but I don't think it's better than Apom. Mega Houndoom is also super cool. Um, I like this because it changes enough to where it looks a lot different. Like kind of like Ampharos, right? It's just cooler than Ampharos, but it adds about the same as much as about as much as Ampharos does, which is like one key component, and maybe it adds a little bit more because the horns are longer. It's got this cool like multi horn thing going on. It's got like extra chains on its legs. The thing splits into two. But whatever. I think it's better than Mega Ampharos, and I don't think it's as good as normal Houndoom or Houndour, but I think it's definitely B tier. Kingdra, uh, Dragon Water type is interesting. I like it, but it's nothing to write home about. I think it's better than uh, I think it's better than Mega Stelix. Mega Stelix needs to move down. Mega Stelix is bad. I think I might have said I liked it earlier, but I think I must have been thinking of something else because it is bad, dude. Yeah, Mega Stelix is bad, dude. Better than Croconaw. Fanpy. Fanpy is so cute. Um, it's gonna be A tier. I think it's better than Totodile, probably. Yeah, probably better than Totodile. And I think Teddy Ursa needs to move up too, and Ariados needs to down a bit. Yeah, that feels more accurate. Accurate. I was thinking of Accurate because I like that's like a it's like okay. Donphan is not as good as Fanpy, but still pretty cool. It's better than Slugma, I'd say. Porygon 2. I don't know if I like Porygon 2. I think it's definitely the worst out of all the Porygons. I don't know. Better than It's better than like Steelix and Unknown. I don't think it's better than Furret though. Stantler. We know that Stantler is getting a Hisuian form, so that's pretty cool. We'll have one of those rankings eventually. But Stantler's okay. It's just a deer. Not as cool as like the meme potential of Dunsparce. Um, why am I blanking on this Pokemon's name? Smeargle. Smeargle is interesting. It's got the like gimmick where it doesn't all it learns is sketch and it like sketches down other Pokemon's moves and then it learns that move. Super interesting, super OP for competitive. If you like plan it out right, you get this thing like weird combinations, especially for like doubles and stuff. It's just weird. And I actually like it as a Pokemon. It's interesting, and I like when Pokemon does interesting things that aren't like that don't change the course of the game. Like they chose to do something really interesting with one Pokemon. Um, like Dynamaxing, I don't love it. It's definitely not the worst. It's not as bad as Zemu's, but it didn't change the entire course. It changed the entire course of the game just to add like, oh, that's interesting, that's new. For Smeargle, it was one Pokemon. Oh, that's interesting, that's new. It shows the Pokemon's going to do different things. They're taking risks, but they don't completely change the entire generation of games by doing it. Tyrogue is bad. I don't like Tyrogue. I like that it evolves into 3 different Pokemon. I think it's cool. I don't love the stats based evolution, even though it makes sense and I get it. It's just a pain to get. Like when you catch a Tyrogue in a Nuzlocke and you're like, oh yeah, I want this one. It's almost impossible to ensure you're gonna get the one you want. But even on a normal, like for just an average person playing, they catch a Tyrogue, they're like, oh yeah, this thing evolves into 3 things. And they're like, dude, I love Hitmonchan. I want Hitmonchan. Well, this thing's defense IVs are minimum, so I'm screwed. And you got to catch them over and over. So you get one with really good defense IVs and really bad attack IVs, and then you have to like EV train it essentially to make sure that it doesn't gain effort values in like defense or in like attack when you want them in defense. And then to get him on top and have him equal, like, dude, no shot. But Hitmontop is really freaking cool. Other than the fact that it's a pain in the ass to evolve into it. I think it's better than Octillery. I don't think it's better than Mischievous though. Smoochum is horrible, F tier. Not the worst Pokemon. Elekid and Magby are both cool. These are the baby Pokemon that we needed. We needed baby Pokemon for Magmar and Electabuzz because that's where it made sense. Magmar and Electabuzz were fine, Pokemon. They were strong enough. They were single stage Pokemon, but they were pretty strong. Magby and Elekid were like, okay, these are baby Pokemon. They're not good, but they evolve into cool Pokemon, and it worked. So Elekid for me is going to get a B tier along with Magby. Magby is a little worse because I just like that Elekid is like an outlet. Like it's just cool. But then they added Magmortar and Electivire and just ruined it all. Those are 2 horrible Pokemon in my opinion. Miltank, as a Pokemon, it's not bad. Of course, with the famous, gym fight with Whitney and Blissey. Blissey's cool. I think this was. I think Blissey is like fair enough. Like you added the evolution. Eventually, you get Happiny, which isn't a horrible baby Pokemon, but Blissey's pretty cool. I think Blissey's like B tier. It's not better than Draft. So now we're on to the legendaries and then pseudo-legendary of this generation, and this video is quite a bit shorter than the last because I think I've been talking a little bit less and there's less Pokemon. Raiku. I don't love the beasts, I'm going to be honest. Raiku for me is probably the coolest one just because Raiku's design, I want to get a bigger picture. Raiku's design is amazing. And here's why. Because Raiku, it's like its head is like the wind, and its tail is like the electricity. It's like it's like a storm. Its hair is like the wind, the electricity. I just like it. I don't know. I've always liked Raiku's design the most, and it's not like you use any of these to battle. They all have similar ways of encountering them, except of course Suicune is like the main one. It's like they got a movie off this shit. It got its own freaking like third game in the generation. Um, but yeah, I think where did it go? Where did it go? Oh yeah, or not Entei. Raiku. Raiku is definitely the best one, and I think it's better than Donphan, but I don't think it's better than Elekid. I don't love the legendary beasts. I think the birds are probably better, but I don't know. They're both pretty bad. The birds and the beasts. The birds and the beasts. Oh my god, that's actually hilarious. They're both pretty bad. Entei is okay. Better than Mega Ampharos. I think I like Ursaring more than I like Entei. And then Suicune is cool. It's right in between. It'll be the top of C tier for now. Larvitar. Larvitar is cool. I think it's average though. I think it's just C tier. I'll put it above Suicune in C tier though. Why not? Pupitar. Pupitar is like an interesting take. It's like that like stereotypical Gen 1 Kakuna Metapod, like, oh, it's like it's the middle like cocoon stage, the metamorphosis or whatever. But what I don't get is why it went into a cocoon to come out just looking like a bigger version of itself. Like this is just a bigger Larvitar. Like if this Larvitar was a child and it grew up, if Pokemon was based off of age and not like level and experience and stuff, I would think it would just look like this. But no, there's no evolution here except this weird middle stage. So Pupitar, in my opinion, is F tier. Like for like Butterfree, like it makes sense. Like it looks totally different. It goes from this caterpie worm thing to a butterfly. Like it makes sense. It's like it's a worm thing. Oh, it's metamorphosizing. It's a freaking caterpillar. Like I know caterpillar. It's obvious, but I'm just saying like worm thing because caterpillars look like worms if you don't know that they're a caterpillar yet. Anyway, that was stupid. But Tyranitar itself is really freaking cool, and it's going to be an A tier for me. Always been one of my favorite Pokemon. Probably my favorite pseudo legendary. Maybe Garchomp is above it, but I digress. And its Mega is really good. It's a good Mega. Um, it's simple. It doesn't add a ton, but it's a good Mega. I'd say it's better than Caesar and Caesar's Mega. Lugia, one of the best legendary Pokemon in my opinion. It's just like badass. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness was amazing for it. I think it's A tier, and I think it's above Sneasel. Ho-Oh is also a really good legendary, but it's not as good. I think it's B tier. I think it's probably low B tier, actually. I think I like Raikou more than it, but it's still really good. I mean, it's a good legendary, but Lugia just kind of outshines it. Um, Celebi. Celebi is interesting. It's like a freaking onion. Got like multiple movies, I'm pretty sure. It's the center of a lot of like events and stuff. It's hard to get. It's a mythical Pokemon, not really a legendary, I guess. Also, the final Pokemon to rank, and I think Celebi's okay, but it's not great. I'll give it like right below Suicune. I think that's where it fits the best. So here we go. Here is my final list. In the last one, there was a lot more Pokemon, so I will give a summary of this one now that we're at the end. So in our S tier, we have Gligar, Caesar, Shuckle, and Heracross as the best 4 Generation 2 Pokemon. They're all great. This is my personal opinion. I would love to hear your opinion in the comments, but that's what I'm doing for that. Next, we have in the A tier, we got Crobat, Bayleaf, Pichu, Umbreon and Espeon, Apom, Houndoom, Yanma, Tyranitar, Lugia, Sneasel, and Wooper. I'm really happy with that A tier. I mean, it pretty much reflects, my favorites. I think maybe Pichu should be a little bit lower, and maybe also Bayleaf, because Tyranitar is really like one of my favorites. And I think Crobat needs to be lower too. Maybe like here for Crobat. Because I think Tyranitar is probably my favorite out of all of those. Um,
Tyranitar is low key. Now that I'm looking at it, it's almost S tier. But I won't be that normie and put the pseudo legendary in S tier. Next at B tier, we have Kalava, Teddiursa, Phanpy, Totodile, Togepi, Ariados. You guys get the message. I'm not going to go over all of these. I just wanted to give a thing of the top and the bottom. So the top of B tier, we got those right there that I just mentioned, and now we'll go the bottom of C tier and then DNF since DNF are so much smaller. We'll go ahead and get a good portion of the bottom of C tier, more than we got the top of B tier. So for some of the worst Pokemon, at the bottom of C tier, we've got Stelix, Ladybug, Meganium, Dunsparce, Stantler. Stantler's not that bad. Maybe I should move Stantler up. I think I'm gonna move Stantler up above Stelix. It's not better than Unknown though. Piloswine, Lantern, Corsola, Swinub, Cleffa, Sunflora, Snubble, Flaffy, Sentret, Mantine, Hoppip, Macargo, and Granbull is going to move down to D. I just decided. So D tier. So compare this to I dislike these as much as I like the A tier ones. In D tier, we've got Granbull, Togetic, Ledian, Tyrogue, Mega Steelix, Croconaw, Azumarill, Chinchou, Remoraid, Delibird, and Sunkern. Sunkern definitely going to work its way up quite a bit now that I'm looking at it, and Mega Steelix is going to go down to the bottom. It's definitely the worst. But all of these 6 Pokemon are much worse than Mega Steelix, in my opinion. And my worst 6 Pokemon in Gen 2 are Pineco, Heracross, Pupitar, Smoochum, Skiploom, and Igglybuff. Again, these each tier is in a rough order, but it's no exact order. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed. I have a lot of fun making these. So Gen 3 will be coming out soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you're still sticking around. Uh, if you want, check the bottom left link to the playlist for all of these tier lists. If you haven't already seen it, Gen 1 is already out. Gen 3 will be out soon after this one releases, and then I will continue to make Gen 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then hopefully the Hisuian region adds enough Hisuian Pokemon and new evolutions, and maybe even some new Pokemon in general, that we can make one for the Hisui region. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, and let me know your hot takes about this tier list down in the comments. Peace.